Hey guys, this is Jason from SEOservicesNewYork.org and Hyperweb Marketing. I'm creating this brief video today to show you exactly why our company and the way we do SEO is quite different than your average search engine optimization firm. And over the course of this video, we're going to be going over how my product, the SEO Ripoff Report, and we're going to be elaborating on some more of the tips that we talk about in this report. You can find this report to download for free at SEOservicesNewYork.org/thank you. SEOservicesNewYork.org/thank-you. You can see it right up on top. All right, let's dive in. In this SEO report, it's basically just out there to show you how to find out if you're paying for the wrong SEO expert and allowing you to learn the shady practices of the top SEO companies. And I did this because I always get inquiries from businesses saying that they're just spending a ton of money on SEO, yet they're getting horrible results. Or they're not even seeing results, or their website ends up getting penalized by the popular search engines. So for the most part, we really want to focus on some of the bad tactics that most other SEO companies are doing and how we do the exact opposite for the most part. All right, so let's dive into the first one. And this is one of the most important ones is I can guarantee you results. And this is first because a lot of companies will tend to say, I can guarantee you page one results, when in fact no one could guarantee you page one results just because we don't control the search engines. No SEO company decides what Google places at the top. Google has a very specific algorithm that decides how they're going to rank a website on the top, and just simply guaranteeing a result is just pulling your leg. And as we see here, hundreds upon hundreds of SEO experts claim it, and they can guarantee you page one rankings, especially with even 1 month. And if they're going to guarantee you page one rankings in 1 month, it's most likely they're doing something that is predominantly banned by Google's terms of service, and that's something you try to avoid as much as possible because it won't help you in the future. And nobody has an in with Google. You're getting ripped off. Too cheap or too expensive, and beware of getting services from sites like Elance, Odesk, and Freelancer, because many SEO companies that post their services on these sites are relatively cheap, and you can assume that if somebody's giving you a very cheap quote, it is very likely that the work is crap. It's just terrible work. And that's the thing what we do differently. Like in tip one, I don't guarantee you page one results. But what I do is I use the methods and techniques which have been working for a long time now for myself and my current clients to bring you page one results. And just like this, being too cheap or being too expensive is stuff like we don't overcharge. We do what's fair and we do what's right, and will ultimately give you results. You can assume that if you're quoted a low price, the quality of the work will be down. And the same goes for overpriced SEO and a company that's just looking to charge you a substantial amount of fees, and the only satisfaction you get is that you're paying a big, large SEO firm $20,000 a month, and then you're going to end up getting ripped off. Most companies, most SEO companies from third world countries tend to charge really cheap SEO, and from what my experience tells me is that for the most part, the work won't provide longevity in the search results, and ultimately that's what we want. We want longevity in the search results. Massive search engine submissions. Now this is something that I never really understood why people are buying SEO just for this reason, where SEO companies will promise to get you listed in massive search engine submissions, except the fact that who's really following all these little micro search engines, where for the most part everyone's usually searching on Google. If it's not Google, then Bing, and then Yahoo. Those are the top 3 search engines. You got the other big ones like Ask and all the other ones, but for the most part it's really just Google, Bing, and Yahoo. And if they submit your website into those search engines, it's still not going to help you ranking. It doesn't still tell you that you're going to be ranked highly in those micro search engines. It's not even something I would worry about. In fact, Google frequently advises over and over again that submitting to different search engines will hurt you. And that's something that Google, Yahoo, and MSN have all said, that trying to get into all these different search engines won't help you in the long run, and does not speed up the process, and does not guarantee you results in Google. It does not help you at all. It has zero SEO value in terms of being recognized in Google. Lack of communication, and as the first line says, this one really ticks me off because I have had many experiences with clients that have been working with previous SEO companies where they have a question about something, or they're just don't fully understand the SEO process, the company just won't talk to them. They won't talk to them on the phone. They won't return their emails, and that's something that we try to avoid. I usually respond to my emails within one business day, and I'm usually always by my phone, which my phone is on my computer, my work line. So as long as I'm on my computer, I can answer my work line, no issues. And the day before I wrote this report was written, I would say, about a year ago. You spoke with a cleaning contractor who told me that the previous SEO company charged them thousands of dollars per month, practiced bad SEO tactics, and then disappeared. And this happens way too often. And I really do. I wish I had the power to end it, just because it's just undeserving for some people. But I don't have the power. Thankfully, Google has the power. And as Google's getting more advanced with their algorithms, it's really just weeding out the crappy SEO companies and weeding out the crappy SEO work that's being done, and allows the people that focus on high quality work to excel. And this is something that's just more common that I've seen, and it happens with quite a few companies in New York that I've heard, that huge SEO companies that have over 100 employees, and to them you're just a number in their computer system. You have an ID number, they have a sales rep, they have somebody else that does SEO, they have somebody else that does the website design, as opposed to me and my team. I have a small team of about 5 of us, and for the most part it's just really me doing all the work, while I have the rest of my team assisting me on the various projects we're working on. We're always here. You're not a number to us. I speak to my clients on a weekly basis to ensure that they understand what we're doing, and they ensure that they're happy with the results that they're getting. Now, long-term contract, and this is something that should make you turn and run, because SEO results cannot be guaranteed. SEO takes time, and if you're not seeing results after 3 months, and this is any type of results, any change, we usually like to say that a change usually takes about, results usually take between 3 to 9 months, sometimes around 6 months usually, to start seeing results to where you want them. And you definitely will see a change by 3 months. And if you're not seeing results after 3 months, you should stop paying for a service that's not producing a return on investment. And I talk to companies all the time that are in 1-year contracts, and they can't get out of it, and they hate their SEO company, and they're forced to stay. They get no results, no return calls, and no actual evidence of work being completed. I usually provide my clients with monthly SEO reports dictating the work that I've done and how their rankings increased over the course of that month. And to finish this off, we just have some more quick tips. And originally when I was writing this, I was letting my mind flow, and I had only 5 tips that I wanted to do, and I realized that I had more. There's more practices that crappy SEO companies are doing, and I wanted to make everyone aware of it, so that when you are looking for the right SEO company, whether it be me or somebody else, that you know how to make the right decision. And SEO company has secret tactics that they won't share. If they can't properly explain what they are doing for you, it is most likely they are using black hat methods that will only lead to penalization. Now, our methods, for the most part, we like to focus on authority building. An old SEO tactic was link building, which is pretty much creating links from around the web, linking back to your main web page, which will ultimately boost the power. And that was a very big practice over the last 20 years. And even more so, it still goes on today, but it's not the same as it used to be, where I could ultimately send thousands upon thousands of links to that main website, and that will help the rankings. But that isn't the case anymore. Now it requires a little bit more authority, and that's the whole goal. How we like to do SEO is really just focus on authority building. We want to make you the authority in your niche, and we really want you to dominate the search engines. So it's not really focusing on link building, but more overall as authority building. And this is something we can elaborate on a nice phone call. SEO companies only use their custom analytics report, and many SEO companies get a custom designed software that tracks the analytics and tracks the visitors of their website, and that's just something that you should be aware of, just because it's easy to manipulate. Many SEO companies provide their own analytics tracking software, and you should be aware of this, because there are many times where the figures can be manipulated to show a traffic increase, which can ultimately make you think that the SEO company is doing work when they're actually not. Using analytics softwares like Google Analytics or even Clicky are very good softwares to use, and make sure that whoever you use for SEO company is getting a good analytics software. The SEO company has high pressure tactics and threatens you. Surprisingly, this actually happens. Yes, it does. And I heard a story about it about a week ago from a colleague of mine who was telling me, he lives in Texas. He was telling me that local New York SEO company. He threatened to cancel service, and they told him that once they canceled the service with this SEO company, all the results will diminish. And this is something that you should be aware of. If you want to cancel services, many companies will actually threaten you, saying that your website will suffer if you decide to cancel services. I've even seen instances of doing negative SEO to a company that left them. For the most part, let's say ABC SEO company was working with ABC Business, and ABC Business this wasn't getting results. They decided to cut ties with ABC SEO. ABC SEO then does negative SEO, which is sending tons and tons of spammy backlinks that are just horrible to have towards your website. And this will ultimately allow your website to fail. And then what they will do in a couple of months is go back to ABC Business and say, see what happened when you left us? Come back to us and we can fix the results. Whether they fix it or not, that's another story, but that's just a common tactic on what they do. And we have two more. An SEO company will not let you talk to the actual SEO expert. Do you talk to the salesman, the secretary, or the SEO guy? And I know that if I wanted to work with somebody, especially if I'm spending a lot of money and really investing in my business, I want to talk to the guy that's doing the work. I don't want to speak to a middleman. I don't want to speak to a salesman. I want to speak to the guy that's going to be ensuring that I get results. And that's something that you should definitely be aware of. As a lot of big companies, they have a team just for sales. They have a team and a couple of guys that do SEO that don't even go on the phone. It's something that you should definitely try to be aware of, is getting a hold of that guy that does SEO, as that can be very beneficial and give you a better understanding of what you're doing. And the last one is the SEO company limits the number of keywords you can target. And why have a limit to the number of keywords if I can get you ranking for 100 keywords in the first month? Yes, that will be amazing, and I'm sure that's how I won't charge you an extra fee. Just again, an amazing testimonial. But the thing is, a lot of companies will say we're going to target this only these couple of keywords, when you should be really focusing on as many keywords as you can, because ultimately we want to diversify the profile behind your website. As that's basically the best bet. So beware if they limit you to the number of keywords, where they'll charge you, for example, $700 a month, but only really focus on 2 keywords. When ultimately, in my eyes, depending on obviously the competition and the niche, with $700 I can focus on many keywords at a time. All right, that pretty much wraps it up. Again, you can view the report at seoservicesnewyork.org/thank-u, seoservicesnewyork.org/thank-you. Feel free to shoot me an email to my personal email address anytime, jason@seoservicesnewyork.org, or give me a call, 888-995-8112, local 646-450-0046. Have a great day.